Welcome to the Best Gaming Laptops Awards show, where I will be rewarding each of these gaming laptops with exactly what they deserve. Links to all of these gaming laptops will be in the description below. Let's go. Biggest letdown, MSI Titan 18 Ajax. I had sky-high expectations for the MSI Titan 18 Ajax, especially with all the hype around its insane specs, an Intel Core Ultra 9 and RTX 5090, a stunning mini LED display and even a Cherry MX mechanical keyboard. But after using it, I was honestly disappointed. Sure, the raw performance is off the charts, and the screen is gorgeous, but the fans are so loud it's hard to enjoy a game without headphones. And the battery life is laughably short. Don't even think about unplugging it for long. What really let me down though were the persistent technical issues. I ran into display flickering, blackouts, and even system shutdowns. And after multiple RMAs, the problems just kept coming back. For the price, I expected perfection, but instead I got a headache. This thing spends more time at the repair center than on my desk. Most overrated, Razer Blade 16. Everyone seems to rave about the Razer Blade 16, and I'll admit, it's a looker, super slim, premium build, and it packs a punch with the RTX 5090. But after daily use, I can't help but feel it's more hype than substance. The performance is good, but the CPU is weaker than the competition, and it's noticeable in some games, especially at lower resolutions. I also ran into frustrating software quirks. Razer Synapse actually tanked my FPS in some titles, and I had random shutdowns while gaming that made me question reliability. For the price, I expected a flawless experience, but the compromises and odd bugs make it hard to justify all the praise it gets. Most underrated, Gigabyte G6X. The Gigabyte G6X totally surprised me. On paper, it's not flashy, just a 13th gen Intel Core i7 and RTX 4060, but in real-world use, it's a rock-solid 1080p gaming machine that punches above its weight for the price. I love that it comes with 32GB of RAM and a 165Hz screen, and it even has plenty of ports, which is rare at this price point. The design isn't premium and the screen's colors are a bit washed out, but the performance is consistent and you get easy upgrades for RAM and storage. If you want a dependable gaming laptop without breaking the bank, this is the sleeper pick that deserves way more attention. Best bang for your buck, Lenovo LOQ. The Lenovo LOQ 2024 absolutely nails the essentials for a gaming laptop without making you pay for a bunch of flashy extras you don't need. When I fired up games like Guardians of the Galaxy and the FIFA 23, the 144Hz display looked crisp and vibrant, honestly way better than I expected at this price. The Intel 13th Gen processor and RTX 3050 handled everything I threw at it, from heavy gaming to 4K video editing without breaking a sweat or stuttering. The keyboard is super comfortable for both gaming and typing, and I love the inclusion of a full numpad. Sure, the speakers are just okay and the webcam is only 720p, but for the price, this laptop gives you real performance where it counts, and the battery life is surprisingly solid for all day use. Looks cool does nothing, ASUS ZenBook S16. The ASUS ZenBook S16 is the kind of laptop that turns heads the moment you pull it out of your bag. It's slim, light, and the OLED display is gorgeous for movies and web browsing. But after actually using it, I found it's all style and not much substance for gaming. The AMD Ryzen AI chip is zippy for everyday tasks and even some light content creation. But the integrated graphics just can't keep up with modern games unless you dial everything way down. The laptop gets pretty warm above the keyboard during even moderate gaming, and the battery life takes a nosedive if you push it hard. It's perfect if you want to look cool at a coffee shop and do some light productivity, but if you're hopping for real gaming muscle, this one just doesn't deliver. Trying too hard, Alienware M18R2. The Alienware M18R2 is an absolute monster both in size and specs. I was blown away by the raw performance. It shoots through Cyberpunk 2077 and Baldur's Gate 3 at max settings without breaking a sweat. And the mechanical Cherry MX keyboard feels amazing to game and type on, but honestly it's just too much for most people. This thing is huge and heavy, the fans get super loud when gaming, and the battery life is laughably short. I barely got an hour out of it unplugged while gaming. The screen is big and fast, but it's not OLED or mini LED, so you miss out on those deep blacks. If you want a desktop replacement and don't care about portability or subtlety, it's a beast. But for most, it feels like Alienware is trying a little too hard to impress with brute force over practicality. The GOAT, ASUS ROG Zephyrus G14. The Zephyrus G14 is hands down the best all-around gaming laptop I've used this year. The compact size and metal chassis makes it feel like a premium ultrabook. But the power under the hood is anything but lightweight. It's running an AMD Ryzen 9 8000 series chip and an RTX 4070, so every game I threw at it ran buttery smooth, even on high settings. The 1800p 120Hz OLED display is absolutely gorgeous, with vibrant colors and deep blacks that make both games and movies pop. I was genuinely surprised by how portable it is. Throwing it in my backpack felt like carrying a MacBook Air, but with way more gaming muscle. If you want a laptop that nails performance, portability, and style, this is the one to beat. Shut up and take my money. Lenovo Legion Pro 5i Gen 9. The Legion Pro 5i Gen 9 totally blew me away for the price. Right out of the box, the build quality feels rock solid, there's a reassuring heft to it, and it's sturdier than a lot of other gaming laptops I've tried, even though the bottom is plastic. Performance-wise, it's a beast, thanks to the 14th Gen Intel CPU and RTX 4070, and I didn't notice any hiccups even with demanding games. The 16-inch 2.4K IPS display is bright and crisp, making games look fantastic, and the RGB keyboard is nice touch for late-night sessions. Honestly, for what you pay, it's hard to find a better bang for your buck. Though I'd recommend a cooling pad if you're planning marathon gaming sessions. The overachiever, Lenovo Legion Pro 7i Gen 10. This thing is an absolute monster. Using the Legion Pro 7i Gen 10 feels like having a desktop replacement that you can actually carry around. With a new Intel Core Ultra 9 and RTX 5080, it chews through every game I tested, even at 4K with ray tracing and all the bells and whistles turned on. The 16-inch OLED display is stunning, with rich colors and a super fast refresh rate, making every frame look silky smooth. Whether I was gaming or editing videos, it's definitely on the heavier side, and the battery life is pretty rough. But the performance and build quality more than make up for it. If you want the absolute best and don't mind the size or price, this is the overachiever that sets the bar for 2025. You try the award, ASUS TUF Gaming 814. I really wanted to love the ASUS TUF Gaming 814 because it nails portability and price. This thing is impressively light for a gaming laptop and still packs a punch with an RTX 4060 and a sharp 165Hz display. Performance in most games is solid, the battery life is way better than most gaming laptops I've used, making it a great option for gaming on the go or sneaking into a meeting without drawing attention. But after spending time with it, I kept bumping into its limitations. 16GB of RAM max feels tight for heavy multitasking, and you can't upgrade it, which is a bummer. The port selection is just okay, and the build, while better than past TUF models, still doesn't feel as premium as the pricier competition. It's a great try and honestly a fantastic mid-range option, but there are just enough little compromises that keep it from being a true standout. Most innovative, MSI Thin A15AI. The MSI Thin A15AI really surprised me with how much it squeezes into a slim portable chassis. The AI-powered enhancement and Ryzen 9 8000 series CPU make it feel genuinely next-gen, especially when you see how well it handles ray tracing and DLSS in modern games. The 144Hz display is smooth, and the cooling system does a solid job, though the fans can get pretty loud when things heat up, so I stuck to headphones during intense sessions. I love how easy it is to carry around, and the fast SSD and RAM main load times are basically non-existent. The keyboard and speakers are just average, but the innovation here is all about performance and efficiency in a thin, travel-friendly package. MSI really pushed the envelope this year. God tier, Gigabyte Aorus Master 16. If you want the absolute best, the Aorus Master 16 is just on another level. The QHD OLED display is jaw-dropping, vivid, fast, and perfect for both gaming and content creation. With a 240Hz refresh rate that makes every game feel buttery smooth, paired with the RTX 5080 and Intel Core Ultra 9, this thing chews through anything I throw at it, regularly hitting frame rates that most laptops can only dream of. The cooling system keeps everything running cool, though it does get loud in performance mode. Seriously, you'll want headphones if you're pushing it to the max. Battery life is just okay, and the SSD could be faster for the price, but honestly the sheer power and premium feel make it the king of gaming laptops this year. If you want the best and are willing to pay for it, this is the one to beat. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. For more videos like this in the future, remember to leave a like and subscribe. Alright, peace out.